Good afternoon. I'm KHOU 11 Meteorologist Chris Ramirez, and thank you for watching KHOU 11 Plus. We are tracking another afternoon of showers. It's not going to be as widespread as what we saw yesterday, but just keep an eye on those isolated downpours that could cause some isolated flooding. Here's a look at our headlines. Father's Day weekend looking still unsettled. We could still see some scattered showers and storms through Saturday and Sunday, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So keep that in mind if you do have those outdoor plans with Dad, especially heading into Sunday. And then we're going to remain unsettled through next week. So the rain potential, look how long it's going to last. We're going to see each and every day have the chance for showers and storms, at least through Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. We are expecting to be on the the eastern edge of this high that's really just giving us these continuous downpours and disturbances that are moving through our area. Here's a live look right now looking at the Texas Medical Center. We're seeing some showers. Roadways are wet. It's not really seeing any severe type weather, but just be extra cautious if you are driving around. 90 degrees, Galveston at 88. We actually hit 90 at Bush Airport. So interesting to see if this rain's going to actually cool us off some going into the afternoon hours. And so because we have our saturated grounds already from yesterday, we are issuing that hourly weather impact alert from 1 p.m. through 6 p.m. as we could see isolated heavy downpours moving through those areas that were dealing with the flooding yesterday. So impact does include heavy rain and isolated flooding, as well as some ponding on roadways heading into later this afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center is also keeping us under that slight risk for flooding. That is a 2 out of 4 on the flood index scale. That includes areas from Houston to Galveston. It's looking more likely that the coastal area is likely to see more of the heavier rain showers, and that's why they are under a flood watch until 7 p.m. today. That does include Galveston, Brazoria, Matagorda counties until 7 p.m. That's just south of Houston. They're actually including coastal Harris County, I believe, in this flood watch as well, south, just to the south of Hobby Airport. The good news in all of this is that Houston proper, inside the Beltway, did not receive the rain that they received out east and south of town. So we are in good standing here in Harris County when it comes to those flood gauges along our bayous and streams. So that's good news. And there's a little bit of a minor flooding ongoing with the stream that's just currently north near the Sam Houston Tollway. I believe that's just south of the San Jacinto River. But radar's looking quite active right now if you are traveling out and about across our area roadways. So downpours now moving through downtown Houston. There is some lightning with this storm that's currently probably causing some rumbles of thunder. That is heading off towards the northeast. If you are in Atascocita, Humble area, you might be dealing with some heavy rain in the next maybe 20 to 30 minutes. We have more of these showers to the southeast of town that are just continuing to move northward. As we warm up, we're going to have to really keep an eye on whether or not these storms are going to strengthen, because we could see some lightning. We're seeing these lightning, which is really a good indication that these are sort of strengthening as they move through town as we head into the next afternoon. So areas east of town, like I was just mentioning, these are the area, Liberty, Mont Belvieu, Baytown. There are the areas that were dealing with quite a bit of rain yesterday. So it's not going to take much for these downpours to cause some problems in this area going into this afternoon. There's a flood warning for the Trinity River at Liberty, so be extra cautious if you are in that direction, or if you're traveling east along Highway 90 towards Crosby, Liberty, even I-10 going towards Beaumont. So expecting those conditions to remain mostly. We're going to start seeing these showers and these storms to start ramping up heading into the afternoon hours. So future track, having this last through 3 p.m., even through 4, 5 o'clock, your commute home might be a little dicey in terms of what we could expect to see, but just keep in mind that we are expecting this to ultimately come to an end as we get closer towards the 6 p.m. hour. This is sort of what we're going to see through the weekend, heading into Father's Day weekend. We're going to be on the outer edge of this high that's just situated over the desert southwest across New Mexico and West Texas. Usually when we're on the outer edge of that, it opens the door for these disturbances to sort of just move through our neck of the woods and just bring that rain chance through the weekend. And that's just the case that's the weather setup for the next 3 to 4 days. And so expect scattered showers and storms through the weekend. The good news is that if you're traveling west, maybe towards San Antonio, maybe towards Austin, we're not expecting to see that much rain in portions of central Texas, even though they're dealing with some major flooding ongoing near the San Antonio area. So we could see an additional 3 inches of rain in some locations. Let's just hope that we don't get that all in one time. We just hope that that's not really going to cause flooding concerns for areas out to the east, because rain chances are definitely going to be there as we progress through the next 3 to 4 days. Rainfall outlook, it's shaping up to be a very wet June. It's going to be above normal, especially as we head towards June 19th to June 23rd. Temperatures are also going to be slightly above average. So expect muggy, warm, hot conditions to last through the rest of the month. But we are just going to keep an eye on hurricane season, because the good news is that we're not expecting any storm activity for the next 7 days. But that doesn't mean that anything could spawn off as we head into the next few days, especially as we head into hurricane season. So just another recap on radar. Downpours now moving through Houston. These are showing some lightning with it, which is a good indication that this is sort of strengthening. I don't think they're going to strengthen in terms of any type of damaging winds or hail or tornado, but just keep in mind that that's going to have some very heavy rain with it, and it could cause some ponding on roadways as we head into the afternoon hours. And this is going to be hit or miss isolated storm activity, like you see here. Remember yesterday, I don't know if you saw radar yesterday, was just the entire area was dealing with the red and orange colors, which was showing the heavy rain. Today, not so much, just isolated downpours moving through like we're seeing right now. I'd say this is more scattered downpours moving through as we progress through the afternoon. And this is the reason why we're issuing that weather impact alert from 1 p.m. through 6 p.m. So as far as your 7-day forecast, highs in the 80s and 90s, lows in the 70s. We are expecting the rain chance to just really not go away anytime soon. We're going to have each and every day to have that rain chance through the start of next week. But just keep in mind that we are expecting a rather just wet start to our Father's Day weekend, but we're not expecting it to be as widespread in terms of what we saw yesterday. And so yesterday, areas in Houston didn't receive as much rain as areas out east into the south, especially in Matagorda County. So for your Father's Day weekend forecast, 50% chance of scattered showers and storms, lows in the 70s, highs in the 90s, but just keep an eye on that rain potential for this afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and show you radar once again to see what we're looking at. Maybe you're watching this on your phone or your mobile device, maybe you're at the office. Hopefully you're not in your car and driving at the same time, but if you are maybe parked in a parking lot, this is what we're looking at right now. Downpours moving through the city of Houston. You're showing some lightning with these storms, especially just north of downtown, on the north side of town. And we're going to have to keep an eye on that cell as it moves to the north. So if you are in Humble, maybe near Lake Houston, Summerwood neighborhood, you might see some scattered showers and some storm activity within the next 20 to 30 minutes. And now just if you look to the southwest of town, we have more of that rain activity moving in closer towards the north. I'm gonna go ahead and step off screen here to get back to the radar to see what's happening south of us. It's looking more likely that we are going to see just these trailing isolated downpours at least through the next few hours, especially as we head towards 6 o'clock. So just keep in mind that we very well could see these downpours have some lightning with it, and we cannot rule out the possibility for some of these to get severe heading into the later afternoon hours. So as we warm up, that really does provide some energy for these storms, and that's what we're seeing now as we get closer towards the 1 p.m. hour. By 1 o'clock, as our temperatures are warming up through the day, we hit 90 at Bush Airport, and so now we're seeing that lightning with those storms, and you're probably hearing that thunder, and that's an indication that these are actually strengthening. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on whether or not these isolated storms are going to cause some isolated severe weather in terms of strengthening into having some gusty winds and maybe some pea-sized hail with it. But downpours now moving through Houston, and that's expecting to last and linger at least through the afternoon hours, especially as we head into the next few hours. And like I said earlier, that if once we head closer towards the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hours, we're going to have to pay attention to areas out towards the east. So earlier I said that areas inside the Beltway did not receive that much rain as they did out just to the east of the Sam Houston Tollway. So Baytown, Mont Belvieu, they saw quite a bit of rain yesterday, and they were dealing with more of that flooding situation. So it's not going to take much for these downpours to cause some issues, especially in Baytown and Mont Belvieu, as well as areas along I-10. And so just to recap, this is lasting at least through 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, potentially lasting through the 3 p.m. hour. It's not going to be really until 4, 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock is when we're going to start seeing this come to an end, and then we're going to be shaping up to have a very quiet night this evening. Of course, things are going to be wet. It's going to be very muggy out there, so be extra cautious on those roadways. And just to recap for this weekend, Rain chances not really going away. We're going to keep that rain chance about a 50-60% chance of showers and storms through Saturday into Sunday for Father's Day. So be extra cautious if you do have those outdoor plans. And so hopefully we're not looking at any flooding potential, but it's not going to take much to cause flooding issues east of downtown Houston. So definitely keep that in mind if you are heading out and about through this weekend, especially for today, if you are on your way home or if you're traveling today or traveling out of town today. So just pay attention to the forecast as we go into the next few hours, because downpours moving through town, we're seeing that flaring up now, and that's why we are expecting that weather impact alert to be in place starting at 1 p.m. lasting through 6 p.m. As far as your 7-day forecast, once again, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. Rain chances each and every day, at least through much of next week. And of course, we're tracking the latest weather happenings across Southeast Texas, and you can always stay up to date on the KHOU 11 app and on KHOU.com. We're going to probably continue to come up with these streaming updates this afternoon as these downpours move through town, unfortunately giving us another messy afternoon and a messy day in terms of the rain situation that we've seen here across town. So be safe out there and give yourself enough time heading to and from your destination.